January 2020, planetary transits for Libra and Libra rising. Happy New Year! This is an equal house chart set up for 0 degrees Libra on the ascendant, Eastern Standard Time, New York. We begin January 1st, 2020, with 5 planets in Capricorn in the 4th house sector. The Sun at 10 degrees Capricorn, Mercury at 4 degrees, Jupiter at 6 degrees, Saturn at 21 degrees, and Pluto at 22 degrees of Capricorn. In the 2nd house, we have the planet Mars at 28 degrees of Scorpio. Venus is placed at 14 degrees of Aquarius in the 5th house sector. In the 6th house, we have the planet Neptune at 16 degrees of Pisces with the moon at 18 degrees. Uranus is placed at 2 degrees of Taurus in the 8th house, retrograde. On January 10th, Uranus will turn direct motion at 2 degrees Taurus, 39 minutes, 8:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please note, if you know your astrological chart, don't forget to look at the natal condition of the 2 planets involved in transit. For example, if transiting Sun is square transiting Saturn in space on that day, first check to see if the Sun and Saturn form an aspect in your birth chart by conjunction, opposition, square, trine, or sextile. If it does, blend the quality of the transiting aspect with the quality of the natal or birth aspect. This rule should also be applied to planetary transits to natal planets. If transiting Saturn is square your natal moon, first look at the natal condition between the moon and Saturn. Should there be a natal trine between moon and Saturn, then a problem will arise transiting square, but will be resolved. Natal trine. On January 2nd, Mercury conjuncts Jupiter in the 4th house and brings the possibility of good news on the home front. You may hear from a family member you've been out of touch with. On January 3rd, Mars enters Sagittarius and moves into the 3rd house sector. January 10th brings the full moon, 2:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, at 20 degrees of Cancer in opposition to the Sun at 20 degrees of Capricorn, spanning houses 10 and 4, highlighting the conflict between career versus domestic responsibilities. Also, the planet Mercury is conjunct the Sun in the 4th and opposed the Moon in the 10th house, indicating that family demands may take priority over career responsibilities. Expect a very busy day. The Saturn-Pluto conjunction culminates on January 12th at 22 degrees of Capricorn in your 4th house sector. Please refer to my in-depth videos on the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Over the past 18 months, hopefully, the foundation was laid for a new cycle on the home front. Use January 12th and 13th under the powerful conjunction of Mercury, Sun, Saturn, and Pluto to review whether or not the new framework is solid, determine what has been accomplished and what still needs to be implemented or improved upon. Write a to-do list, get organized, and get it done to take full advantage of the magnificent Jupiter-Pluto conjunction of 2020. The planet Venus enters Pisces on January 13th and moves into the 6th house. On January 16th, Mercury enters Aquarius and moves into the 5th house. Mercury square Uranus on January 17th or 18th, depending on where you live, between houses 5 and 8, could indicate upsetting communication from a loved one or broken plans. Disagreements with others on this day may be due to a clash in values. Tolerance is advised. On another level, avoid impulse spending. The Sun enters the sign of Aquarius on January 20th and moves into the fifth house. On January 22nd or 23rd, depending on where you live, under the Sun square Uranus, between houses 5 and 8, you can expect the unexpected. This day will not go according to your plans. To make the best of it, be flexible. On January 24th, we have the new moon at 4 degrees of Aquarius, 4:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the fifth house sector, activating recreational pursuits over the month ahead. This new moon is in square aspect to Uranus in the eighth house. Unexpected expenses for loved ones are possible. The planet Venus will square Mars on January 26th between houses 6 and 3, indicating possible friction with a coworker. Communicate in a diplomatic rather than aggressive manner. On another level, the work you do today may be rushed and need corrections tomorrow. On January 27th, Venus conjunct Neptune in the sixth house favors doing any kind of creative work, since your artistic sensitivity will be heightened. On another level, this energy could give you the desire to escape into romantic daydreams and beautiful illusions. Concentrating on mundane demands may prove to be challenging. The Mars square Neptune energy of January 28th between houses 3 and 6 sees you motivated to get a great deal of work done. However, it may not happen since what you are attempting to accomplish keeps hitting roadblocks. All squares are frustrating. Don't allow this feeling to make you aggressive in your dealings with coworkers, subordinates, or those in your day-to-day environment. On another level, health-wise, you may be dealing with an infection, flu, or allergy flare-up that's draining your stamina. Take the spiritual view and detach in full faith that by tomorrow, everything will iron out.